All right, guys, got the little excavator in here. We've got to get this track fixed. It is sagging pretty bad. Front idler's blown out. So let's see here. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but yeah, she's pretty wobbly. Not supposed to be that way. Got the log splitter in here. You'll see a video coming on it where we added a wedge to it, and then that wedge got tore off. That wedge is up high, clearing these stops. I think the add-on wedges, the additional wedge is down here, and it's narrowed up. I really want to split a piece of wood about this thick for the boiler, so I put the wedge up top. I did know doing that it was going to be tough on the ram, because it actually is, when you get in to the wood, the vertical goes through. I have the top one offset rearward, but when it hit, occasionally it would stall out, and it's actually putting so much load back where it's kind of rocking the whole wedge back and jamming it up in here. So we're gonna see if, I'm glad it broke off because I need to make some modifications to it, and then we'll temp it back on again and see if it does okay. And then in the shop, we are sitting here, it is 8:30 at night, 47 degrees outside, feels like 42, kind of wet, rainy, and windy. Sitting right at 70 or 68 degrees. So it is super comfortable in here. The temp climbed in here. It was holding 60 real good when the outside temps are down in the 30s. We had 2 days, just a few days ago, that were in the 70s, had the door open, moving stuff in and out, getting a little stuff done in here. So the shop picked up some temp during that. So when it does get warmer, I'm gonna have to turn down the water a little more over here, but we're doing good. I'm enjoying the boiler. We're probably using about a load of wheelbarrow load morning and night right now. Nothing too bad. So, but it's warm. It's, again, upper 40s, mid 50s right now. So maybe a little warmer than normal for February, March, but I'm not gonna complain right now. It's nice weather. Let's get going on this excavator. Go. All right, let's see if we can squeeze some grease out of this thing. Let's see if the digging bar will work. Well, that's a mile too long. Well, let's give this a go. Moves. Hair too long already. Come on. It's already sketchy at best. That end. Well, that seems to be working. grease is afloat. Didn't need much, just enough. So close. So far away. Getting somewhere now. Another pull up front. Watch your fingers, Matt. Watch your fingers. That's all we need. All right, just use this little come along here on the inside of this track, sort of pull it this way towards the camera, and then the blocks underneath. Got some of that slack out to give me some more freedom over here so I wasn't fighting so hard. So, see, just kind of just roll it. Yep, I would say she is wiped out. Let's get her out of there. Big nut back there. I wonder if I got to take that loose. Just inside. And the boom is right in my way. You know, 1 1/8 inches. Inch and a half. I would say so. This thing has got to come out of here some other way though. All right. There you go. Just stuck in there. Hey, dummy, just pull. Oh my goodness. Got some weight to it. All right, stuck in a couple more pieces. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I'll run this thing down, see if we can't push her the rest of the way out. There we go. Didn't need much. That's that at least. This will be fun to put back together. This part will be a lot easier to press out. Yeah, that sucker's heavy. Well, there used to be bearings in there, but not anymore. Now for this part, it's easy. Just flip it and press it straight down. Get rid of this stuff. Might need it later. We'll just put it right here by the press. Nice chunk of aluminum. All right, reset the press. All right, guys, I've chucked this up in the lathe. I was just sort of testing out the chuck, make sure it's gonna. I don't have a lot of room here, as you can see, between these slits to chuck something much smaller. I think it's about 1.25 inches. So this thing might chuck something down to 1 inch. This little smaller chuck will definitely go farther down. But I deal with mostly larger size stuff anyway, so it's fine for me. I was sitting there thinking though, I don't want to machine all this, clean all this up. If I weld, there's so much material gone here. If I weld that up, let's see, I got a bar here. If I weld up all that material, this thing's going to turn into a banana. This will all need cleaned up. Then it'll end up being too small to have the press fit. I've got some old pin stock laying around. Actually, I've got an old pin. This is out of a 63 Fordson Super Major backhoe. And I end up scrapping. I sold the backhoe off. I ended up picking up a spare backhoe for that thing because I was going to steal some cylinders off of it because mine had some bad cylinders. And just happened to stumble across a Craigslist ad, which I thought it was the same backhoe. It turned out to be just a bit, I think the next size smaller. Same style, same manufacturer, but next size smaller. Those are the cylinders from it actually sitting over there. So I stripped down most of the pins, cylinders, things I could use, and scrapped the rest. So I've got this big chunk of pin that's 1.5 inches. This big center diameter is 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to make a new pin. I'm not going to worry with repairing this and trying to fix this. This pin stock is hard stuff. And yes, I haven't swapped my tool around yet. I'm just roughing in with cutting with this back angle. I cut that way with this one. I haven't flopped over until I got another tool sitting right there ready to go. But I'm gonna go ahead and rough like this. Sometimes you just get lucky and find scrap that is a good fit. Alright, seals in place. Alright, gotta line my holes up here. That one that way. This one needs to turn. Just I think that'll do it. Crap. Yeah. Alright, the knurling might have been a bad idea. It's actually twisting. It's causing the shaft to twist as it goes down in there. Actually kind of loosened up right there though. Alright. Now this little assembly gets a lot heavier. It looks like we got our roll pin hole all lined up darn near perfectly. So that's cause for celebration. Let's go ahead and get that installed while we're here. Got my glove. Come on out. This is part of my glove. All right, that's that. Let's take this piece. Let's see if we can't shove her on. Make sure these are good and lined up. Let's go get a Okay, so there's nothing too fancy on this roller. A couple bearings, a couple seals. The shaft was all wore out. Now this thing basically rides sort of at that high point and this high point up front. And there's two nubs at the back. And those high points ride in the guides here. As you can see, the two nubs fit back there and that big cylinder just pushes them forward, tensions things up. This thing actually doesn't have a ton of wear on the guides. So we'll get her shoved back in there. That got it. Hit it harder. Alright guys, that's another one done. We are trying to get this thing ready to sell, get it wrapped up, move it on to a new home. Got raining so loud you probably can't hear me. A little bit more to do on this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.